What's going on, Bulls and Bears? It is Wednesday, back with another dose of what? Economic reality. And as the headline in this video states, the economic nightmare is just getting started. People often say, JJ, where's the economic collapse? Everybody's out spending money. People are shopping. People are waiting in line. Shopping center I was at a few days ago, I did a video there. A bunch of people shopping. Didn't look like anyone had any debt problems, but yet behind the scenes, there's major debt problems. Now, a couple of you down in comments came to the conclusion, yes, just because people are out walking around doesn't mean they're buying anything. So I took extra notice after that video, after a couple of you said that, on what that noise was. Actually, my cherry tree is beginning to ripen. There's a bunch of crows that come down, so you might hear some birds here and stuff dropping. Hopefully it doesn't hit me on the head. But I took special notice as I was shopping to look and see how many people actually had bags. And more people than not did not have bags, or more people had nothing in their hands versus the people that had bags that looked like they were actually shopping. So that could be a part of it. People just want to get out of the house. They're still feeling the effects from 2020. They just want to get out and do something, or people just want to exercise and get out and do something. And maybe they're just walking around and just looking, window shopping, right? A lot of window shopping going on. But let's talk about the debt situation, because people say, hey, there's no crisis. You know, where's the collapse? This is a slow motion collapse. We really should have witnessed the collapse about a couple years ago, but we saw what happened in 2020. The world was turned upside down and on its head, basically, with all of the programs implemented to save people from financial ruin, right? Why after just 1 or 2 months did people have to have rents canceled? Why just after 1 or 2 months did people have to have foreclosures canceled? Why just after 1 or 2 missed paychecks did millions of people had to have their utility bills paused? Why do we still have student loans being paused right now, and some student loans actually forgiven? Because people can't afford it. And when you see people spending money, in most cases it's just debt. And there's some recent news here that's going to shine more light on this for us. Let's talk about this here. Household debt surpasses 16 trillion. We talked about that a couple reports ago. Just in the second quarter of this year, we're talking a 3-month span, April, May, and June, the second quarter, 2022, 233 million new credit card accounts were opened, right? Not just $233 million worth of spending. That would be bad enough. If each one of these credit card accounts that were open just spent $1, that would be $233 million worth of spending on new credit cards. This is 233 million new credit card accounts. How many hundreds or thousands of dollars are these people putting on these new accounts? Well, we see it in the debt numbers. Debt is continuing to explode. What's going to happen? What's going to save all these people? People are living off debt and credit right now. It's that simple. And our bank's going to continue to loan out money endlessly, increasing the credit limits to no end? Or is there going to be an end point where banks are going to stop? Will the banks freeze credit? If they do, there's going to be major, not just problems. It's going to get really ugly. A few more articles I got for you today. I did a lot of research here and got I think the most important articles pulled up for you here. The Fed's Bullard sees more interest rate hikes ahead, but no recession. No recession. More interest rate hikes. So all of this debt that people are carrying, these interest rate hikes are not going to affect those people. That's what he's saying. There's not going to be a recession. Well, maybe he's right, because the definition of recession has been changed. Right, it used to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, which we saw this year in the first 2 quarters. But all of a sudden now that's not a recession, because other things are now factored in. Now we look at the low unemployment number. Folks, unemployment is always low before a recession, right? Before the devastation really hits, things look pretty good and things seem normal, just like a lot of things look normal now. You look out, people are shopping, people are spending money. Hey, the neighbor just got a new car. My friend just got a new pool put in, a new house. Most of it's financed with debt. So will Bullard be correct? Will there be no recession? Well, maybe, because they just changed the definition. No matter what happens, no matter how much debt people are in, no matter how many people end up filing bankruptcy, nope, it's no recession because look over here, it's this indicator or it's that indicator. Don't pay attention to this indicator, which we've looked at for decades. Now look at this indicator, right? It's all musical chairs. It's all fraud, right? Most of you, I think, will agree. Please let me know down in the comments. Bank of England tipped for biggest interest rate hike in 27 years as inflation soars. So if you want to blame this just on one person, right? I'm no fan of these people, these quote unquote leaders. I'm no fan of any of these people, believe me. But to sit there and think that everything's going to be okay if we get one person out of office, that's a joke, all right? This wouldn't be happening globally. U.S. dollar falls amid growing tensions with China. We talked a couple reports ago about how 5 of these nations are getting together and creating a new basket of currencies to be the new global currency, to be the new reserve currency. Will they succeed? Well, I think they'll at least succeeding in pushing the dollar out of the spotlight some, and this could create even more inflation as the dollar becomes more and more irrelevant or less relevant. Let's see here. No food price inflation, no sign food price inflation will come down soon. That's the Misfits Market CEO. I'm not sure where that name, Misfits Market, it sounds more like a punk rock band. But anyways, this big CEO says food price inflation not coming down. That's somebody that's on the front lines. It's the CEO of a food company, and they say food prices aren't coming down. And I've been warning of that here for a long time, and people said I'm wrong, that prices are going to collapse, that this is just temporary, and here we are. And things continue to get worse just as we predicted. And now this is the beginning. We haven't even began to see the financial crisis yet. I mean, this is just the maybe the 3rd inning of a 9-inning ball game, in my opinion. Maybe even just the 2nd inning, because things, as we see, things can be stretched out for a very long time. Things could be glossed over or printed over, so to speak. Billionaire investor Bill Ackman: inflation is the biggest problem for the economy. Duh, right? So do we need a billionaire investor to tell us that? Next article here. Maersk, I'm not sure how you say the name of the company. Maersk, I think it's Maersk, sees record $31 billion profit amid surging freight rates. So we're told that these rising prices are because of forces that we can't control, problems with the supply chain, problems with manufacturing production, shortages, but yet we see surging profits for many of these companies at the same time. The bottom line is, the point I want to make is that when someone else is hurting, someone else is usually gaining, right? One person's pain is just about always someone else's pleasure, right? When someone's losing money, the money just doesn't vanish into thin air. Someone else is making it, right? For each stock that somebody sold at a loss, someone else had bought that stock at a low price and then went on to sell it at a higher price. You know what I mean? So it's about timing in most cases. And same thing with profits, right? People are making money while other people are paying more for something, and companies will take advantage of a situation. If there's a crisis, companies will take advantage of it. If there's a shortage, companies will take advantage of it and raise their prices. That's why it's so dangerous when we saw all these small businesses close down in 2020, and then that pushed more profits and more business towards the mega companies, and they're going to take advantage of it, right? When competition is erased, that gives them more leverage, and they're going to raise their prices. And of course, they're going to blame it on the supply chains and energy costs. In the background, they're making more money, right? And some people say, well, no, profits are down. Profits are down. Profits are not down for the people at the top of these companies, right? Take a look at the pay of some of these people, and I think you know where a lot of the money's going. Credit card balances jump 13%, the highest leap in over 20 years. And people still sit back and say nothing's wrong. The highest leap in credit card balances in 20 years. This is beyond the financial crisis. Beyond the financial crisis. Of course, banks can just loan out money now to infinity because there's zero reserve requirement. right? So people think that this is going to play out exactly like the financial crisis. No, things are a lot different. There's no reserve requirement. You know what that means? Banks can continue to loan out money to infinity, zero reserve requirement. No matter how many people default on their loans, on their credit cards, no matter how many people are late, banks can still continue to loan out money. Do you understand? So the people that are trying to live within their means and not spend money, they're also going to feel the pain because of this inflation. And that's where it's going to lead to. When so many people can just swipe credit cards and keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, no matter how much debt they have, that's going to create even worse inflation. Something that rate hikes will not fix. Rate hikes is not going to fix it. All right. It may bring some markets down. It may bring the market down some in housing. It may bring car prices down some because financing is a little bit harder to get with the higher rates. But rate hikes are not going to fix this problem because there's going to be still people out there spending money. More shoppers turn to discount stores because of inflation. No secret there. The dollar stores, the discount stores. There's this store chain here in San Diego called GTM, and they sell repurposed products or overstocks or boxes that got cut, what's called scratch and dent items. Also, not just overstock, scratch and dent, but also irregular items. They'll sell those items, and stores are packed. Those stores are packed. It's going to be all for today, folks. Let me know what you think down in the comments, please. Don't make fun of my necklace. This actually helps me fight against rays, like radiation, like Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And this is something you can grab on Amazon. I got a link down below for those of you that want to protect yourself from these rays. From what I've read, these will protect you from radiation, from just all the Wi-Fi and all the things we all have around us 24/7. So pretty cool. But guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about all this down in comments. Are we just at the beginning of the financial crisis? I think so. And we haven't even started to really feel the pain yet. But with the way banks are operating now, who knows how long this could go. Please let me know. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Big love. Bye for now. Peace.